Thank you, Sully. Good morning, good morning, good morning, you lovely lot. What a lovely welcome. So, it is Thursday, and I have several things I need to do today. Emma is just taking Ozzy to school because he wanted Mummy to take him. I have got to the dentist at 12:30 because I've broken a tooth again. My teeth are old and breaking. It's a paperwork day. Emma and I have got quite a few bits of paperwork to get sorted. So we're going to work on that together. It's going to be sort of, we've got a Senko Open Day that we're hosting here next week. So we need to just make sure as many things are up and ready and sorted for that, so that when we have potential school-based clients come through to see what we're about, we have something to share and a good space for them to see what we're about. So if we could all just hope that it doesn't rain next week, that would be amazing. Thank you very much. I'm going to go and let my dogs out. Actually, I'm going to go and feed Emma's dogs, and then I'm going to go and let my dogs out with the other dogs because they have just had their breakfast in the back room, and they could do with going and having a play out there with the other dogs and being a bit sociable.
One of the two underneath is on.
This is an interesting lesson that Emma is giving me on how to use eye products.
Jeannie's very good at iMacs. She said she likes techie stuff, so she's also another person.
She likes her toys, and she's an eye girl. I have been an Android girl my entire life.
So we, in theory, Pip could have gone Samsung, but I'm Apple, unfortunately. I've been converted to the dark side.
Apparently, your fridge is a Samsung, according to this.
Yeah, because you can link these
Connect
iPads
into your
with
fridge.
the fridge. And
Bring me
to
food.
the TV and stuff.
Okay.
But
Is this connected?
No. So what we do is we are going to go up here. It says it's not connected. Click on it.
Right. So this button that says hold it down for this amount of time actually does nothing.
Yeah, you do. You press that for 3 seconds. That, I don't guess it makes it talk to the iPad possibly,
oh, right. But it doesn't connect.
It doesn't seem to automatically connect. So then that is one of the, I have to be fair, sometimes when you buy cheaper alternatives for things, it isn't as straightforward.
And then if I want to go to Tinternet, I press that one.
You do, or you can use your mouse.
Or I could use my mouse.
Yeah, whichever works for you. I try to use it like a laptop just because it's in my head, it's easier to manage it that way.
This is all our Monday stuff. So if I go, do I open another thing here?
For a new one, yeah.
And then I can Google stuff.
You can then go to Google.
Google.
So you're using this to type, okay? But you do, if you get really frustrated, you have the option. If you press that button, you can then tap on the screen. But as I say, when I'm sat in and I'm doing it for work like this, using the keyboard works much better for me just because it's how my brain works.
And this is the site that I was...
Okay, no.
Tech is not our friend.
Bless you. No, well, I really do appreciate it.
I'm sorting out courses, so I need to sign up as a UTalk course person. Don't know. We as a UTalk rather than me, I think is the best thing to do, isn't it? Sign up as a UTalk with UTalk address.
Yeah. You can either do it to your own, or you can do it to Office. One of the two.
I do it to mine because then it'll come into me because I'm the one dealing with volunteers and
and if there's anything on there then that interests you as well.
There's a lot on there that interests me.
I think one of the ones that you need to put on your list is one of the mental
health. Well-being.
Definitely think that mental health first aid would be a good one.
Do I need a new chair?
Does this make constructive work environment?
All I'm doing is
Even when we're trying to be quiet, we're not, because that's going on, isn't it?
Shall I change my chair?
No, because I'm going to go walk the dog in a minute so you can squeak away. You can have... Well, mine's quiet.
Yeah, I've got the Duff chair.
That's the one.
This does
that
wobble.
is the one that the kids swing, like Sky. You know when she sits up here. That's the one she swings on, isn't it? I don't like these chairs anyway. I want to get different ones in here. They look grubby. So when the parrot is eating them all as well.
Yeah, this is not the chair for me. I think I'm going to swap it. The one that's not so squeaky.
really excited though, aren't we? Because all of our wording and our explanations and all of that type of jazz, it's all just starting to come together, sound articulate, sound as though we know what we're talking about. All the research and all the feedback, everything, and that's what's feeding into this. Never did I realise it would take as much work to achieve this as it actually has.
You've done more of it.
I haven't really given you the option to be fair though, have I? You've got no excuses now though.
I've got no excuse now. Can anyone tell me, how do you get the @ symbol to work? We've tried shift on both sides, but there's 3 things on that button, and we want the @ symbol, and that's the one that isn't coming up. So does anyone know how to make that work, please?
Or is anyone wanting to rehome an Apple Magic Keyboard, which would make this situation a lot less stressful?
I'm not paying stupid money for a keyboard.
And U-Talk, unfortunately, doesn't have the budget for such luxuries.
I am not paying for it.
But I keep trying to explain. I know.
Where's that one that Lisa gave?
It was in the bag with all the gubbins that I gave you.
Okay, that's at home then.
But even less. At least I've read the instructions for connecting this one. I don't know about the other one.
That might just have an @ button that I can use.
I know. But if we could get you a proper keyboard, this whole contraption would be as one. You see, she would then be able to do that and go like that and start typing straight away without fanning around, not needing a mouse. It would make for a lot smoother. Maybe you should find it and put it on your Amazon wish list.
No, if Apple
don't. I've already tried.
Would like to sponsor my videos or sponsor me via this, I would be very welcome to share and show your... I'm not selling it because I don't know the names of everything. Keyboard?
iPad. Basically, I'm trying to convert a very avid Samsung user to Apple.
See, now there is something for Apple to get on board.
But I will say the same make of this also do.
Logitech.
They also do a Magic Keyboard for iPads, which is about 150, which is still 100 quid cheaper than Apple, which was also recommended.
I'm not discussing 150 or anything such like when I'm about to go and pay £900 for my van.
No, but if there's any electronic people on here,
or
any
like to
electronic
sponsor me,
any electronic companies that have got surplus stock, or anything like that, there's we need to get Pippa working constructively. I'm trying to bring her in to
previous postcode. Hold on a minute. I've been in this address for 19 years. Do they still need a previous postcode? I can't remember my old postcode. I was only in the house for like 18 months. And for most of that I was pregnant and giving birth. No, 2 years.
Where was it? In Tame?
It was in Tame. Oh, what happened? What did I do? I pressed a thing. It was in Tame. It was in Lee Park. Now it's all gone. Now. Continue to next section. All of that's gone now. Do I not? I don't need to worry about it. It's gone.
No, it's vanished and you're still continuing.
Press the button and it's gone. Don't know. Household situation. It wasn't a household situation. It's literally giving me 2 options. A household situation of single with children, prefer not to say, or none. Does this mean you can't do these courses if you are married or living with someone? I'm just going to say none.
We'll just say prefer not to say because it's got nothing to do with them anyway, has it?
I don't think I have a situation.
That is vague beyond belief, isn't it?
It is. Right, we'll come back to you in a bit. This is going to be a whole vlog of tech stuff and everyone's going to go, skip, because people don't like tech stuff.
What happens if I do another one of them pictures, like the Diet Coke ad pictures at the front?
Oh, yeah.
And then
You do it, there's no point me doing it.
And at least that way then people might click to look on it, so you get that engagement, and then they see that we're just sitting here talking about...
Randomly go, boobs!
Yeah. That's right, yeah. Boobs! There we go, that's it.
They are. Now, I guarantee you there is a spike at that point in the video. Guarantee you. It will do that in the algorithm.
Yeah, and then that's
the analytics.
Pip's been doing some, testing. So if you click that and make that the picture at the front...
What if that's like... Yeah, but look, it shows my white belly. Woo! Look at her belly and my belly. We don't need to see the same.
She pimps me out, you see.
Pimp her out. Well, you got it.
Yeah, was it clickbait? Is that the term?
Clickbait, yeah.
But at least next time, if you do clickbait me, can I not look like I'm going...
Well, don't walk around going...
I don't think I was doing a funny
You
walk.
clearly were. You were sauntering up to me going...
I know, but it made me look disfigured.
Can't help that.
No.
YouTube picked that thumbnail anyway. I didn't pick the thumbnail.
I'm sure that there could have been a better...
Why do we need an emergency contact? Everything is online.
Put me if you want. For free courses, this does seem incredibly complex.
Radio.
Is this an account, or are you going to have to get people...
Account. No, this is me, an account. Let's stop filming.
He introduced...
And it will also give you an opportunity to look like this as well. Before yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, just
That'd be amazing. Now, what are these? Texas?
No, so these guys are ballet. Japanese ballet. These ones are they have completely clear faces, like without any fur on top. That might be a double T. Get it down. Get it down.
You've got you. Green sheep.
Oh,
You might have never been. You want to go back. They're each
that is
yeah.
they just to be very so people, schools can book in for a morning or an afternoon. But within that time, there's a lump so within that time they can take us for a walk.
You look across little llama when you shoot.
And actually, quite honestly, if a child just wants to come and sit on the floor and here, it's client-led and person-centred, so there's no pressure to talk, there's no pressure to communicate.
I've now come into town for my dentist appointment. And the fair is in town, which makes parking more tricky. This is the big fair. It takes up the whole of the town centre, and it's been going on for many years. Whole town centre closes off for 3 days. It is now 2 o'clock. Emma's just gone off to do some bits and bobs. I've come back from the dentist. I'm going to have a tooth taken out, but it's going to have to be done at hospital. So he's just temporarily dealt with it, and yeah, I'm still on the waiting list from the last tooth that needs to be removed right at the back. So he's going to try and get them done both at the same time and push things along. All the dogs are outside because it's not raining or anything. I've given my 2 a quick rinse off. They were rolling around in swampy sheep water from the big storm we had yesterday. 36 inches of water fell. And I am doing a maths trial. I'm supposed to see how smart I am before starting a couple of these courses on this free course thing that I've applied to. Let me show you. I don't actually know how to work that one out. I know what the mean is. It's the average. And to find out what the mean is, you add the numbers together and then you divide by the amount of numbers. So this would be So do I times 5 by 4? Is that what I do? 5 4s to then get what the next number is? That makes sense. Now I'm talking to the camera about it. Have I done that right? 5 times 4. I'm going to go with 5. I've probably got it wrong. Go with 5. I don't know that one. Okay, most of them are really easy, but that one's just tricked me. I couldn't pass a maths or English GCSE now if I tried. Yeah. Anyway, I'm also picking SPOG up in, well, by 5 o'clock at the latest. I'm going to go and pick the kids up from school, like the big kids. Oh, excuse me. Sorry, this is a bit boring, but it's stuff I need to do, so I'm going to skedoot. Find it! Find it! Have you done it? Oh, how'd you get that one? Find it! Find it! Find it! Find it! I didn't totally flunk it. I wonder what I got wrong. I knew my maths would be my weakness. I've just got back from going to pick SPOG up, but you'll notice by the picture that I'm just about to attach, it doesn't look very much like SPOG. So, as you can see, SPOG has not returned, and I'll tell you about that later in the video. I'm just going to show you that I'm cooking the kids pasta, meatballs with a tomato sauce. There is the finished meal. Just got to dish it up now. It would seem that editing me has had to make a return at the end of this video, because during editing I realised I had not actually gone so far as to tell you why I don't have SPOG back. So I rocked up at the garage at the time that I had been told was the latest to come and pick it up if I hadn't heard from them. Kids in tow, Sky needing a wee but refusing to use any of the public toilets, car seat under my arm, sleepy Aussie, and when I walked through the door, one of the guys looked incredibly surprised to see me, which I took to mean I'm not going to like what I'm going to hear next. He said, did he call you? And I went, yeah, earlier on, and this is what he said, and I appreciate him a few minutes early. And he said, and he went and he picked up a piece of machinery out of a box and he placed it on the counter, which is a piece of machinery you will have seen earlier on in the video. That is apparently a turbo. And he said, that is the second turbo. And I said, is this an old turbo? Because I'm expecting a new turbo to be in my van. But obviously it didn't look very old. It looked very shiny and new. And he said, no, this is a new turbo. This is the second turbo we've had. And we've had a problem with both of them in that the turbo you have doesn't have any sensors and it's very basic. And it pushes the air through. And this turbo, and he starts fiddling with a piece on it, pulls the air through. And this is the solenoid, and this is how that works. And I'm sitting there thinking, he's just padding out until we get to the thing that I'm really not going to like hearing. And he says, this is not how yours works, but they don't make yours anymore. This is how they make them. But we put one in yours and it just puts it into limp mode. I'm going, And he said, and we've been on the phone to Renault and they were going to send us one, but it turns out they were going to send us exactly the same as this. So Dan's been shouting at them. I'm thinking, I bet he has, because yeah, they've had my car a month and I'm beginning to really get knocked. So I imagine he probably was, and he knew that I was meant to be going away at the weekend. So yes, what they've had to do is apparently Renault have told them to take two parts of two turbos, two new turbos, two parts, dismantle, Frankenstein it together to make the right turbo, send the spare parts back to them for a refund, and then put the FRANKENTURBO into my van. And then that will fix it. And I'm there at 4:45, 10 to 5. And he went, which is what we're doing now. That's obviously not going to be ready this evening. And I went, okay. He said, what time are you going away tomorrow? And I said, what time are you dropping my van off? And that's when I'll be going. So they said about 10:30. This editing pip is Friday pip. And you'll have to come back and find out whether or not this is being filmed prior to 10:30 or after 10:30. You can take your guesses as to which you think that might be, and whether or not the FRANKENTURBO has been a success. On that note, thank you very much for watching, you lovely lot, and I'll see you tomorrow.